And we are back with the Afterwatch. I'm Tim. With me is...
As always, Evan.
And Joelle.
That's right. We are talking about My Hero Academia, as always.
Yes, as always.
And it's Kota, episode 41. Kota, with a T, because it's that little kid. He's got that weird hat.
He's got horns on his head.
Well,
are those horns or is it just hat horns?
It's a hat that has horns.
Hat horns. Because his power has nothing to do with horns.
Right.
I don't even think we see his quirk yet.
Not till the next
episode.
Okay. Well, that's a spoiler, maybe.
Well, not really.
We didn't say what it was.
We know who his parents are, so you can assume he's inherited their power.
Yeah, but we haven't talked about him yet.
You know what happens when you assume?
You get it right.
Whoa. Anyway, but yeah, if you're liking what you're hearing, subscribe, share, let other people know. We're talking about My Hero Academia Season 3.
Yes.
It's very exciting.
It is.
We're
almost to Season 4.
We'll get there eventually.
That's
but
yeah.
But also give us a review. We haven't had some reviews lately.
We have had some emails.
Where do they email to?
Fictionalquestions@gmail.com.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Take it away, Tim.
I will.
All right.
So basically, this episode has to do with Kota, but not really, because it's mostly about training.
Yeah, there's some great workout montages.
Workout montage. Well, it starts with Class 1B.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And basically Vlad, their teacher, counselor, whatever he is.
They're
Probably their homeroom
they're
teacher.
walking. Yes, it's their home. It's their.
It's like Aizawa's.
Yeah, it's Aizawa's version of 1B.
Their mentor.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like
It's
their
basically
teacher.
saying, these other people are way ahead of you.
Right.
You got to catch up.
Dude, it's brutal how they display that.
He totally just made them feel like redhead stepchildren.
But
time.
all of them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he's not picking on anyone.
No, he said this
No.
whole class sucks.
Yeah, straight up.
Well, it's just that they haven't got the experience.
No, they haven't gotten in the limelight like the rest of the other class has.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they haven't been put in that position.
Right.
Then they see Class 1A,
Yeah.
and they're really working hard, and all of them are pushing it to the limits, basically breaking themselves to make their powers grow.
It's like a Rocky IV workout montage.
Maybe. Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and can I say that
Dude,
eating to fuel my quirks is my favorite. That's my favorite workout.
The feeding to fuel.
Yeah.
Yeah, we see a little
Eating
bit of that.
to fuel
Yeah.
quirks is my favorite workout.
Because there's two of them doing. There's two of them doing.
That's
it.
the best. No, that's the best. That would be my number one. How to
But
fuel
what-
my quirk is eating.
But what is your quirk then? Whatever it is, it just is powered by eating.
Well,
Is that
that's
what
why
you're
I
saying?
like Momo's. That's why I like Momo's power.
Well,
But
They have a great line.
they do have a great
They
line.
do.
Yeah, well, I actually wrote poor Momo in one part because she just feels sad in the spotlight.
I was giggling.
But
when
we'll
that
get
scene-
there.
We'll get there. We'll get
Yep.
there.
Well, actually, I'll skip through all the different things. We'll talk about all the different ways that they're exercising
Training. Okay.
their powers and breaking themselves, because they say it's like muscle. You have to really
the fibers.
tearing
the
So they
Yeah.
grow
So they
back
grow back
stronger and tougher
right.
and all that kind of
Right.
stuff. Right. It's one of those kind of things.
Yeah.
But then, as they're doing all that, they're
the Pussycat Dolls.
the Pussycat Dolls? No. I think the line is, your feline fantasies are here.
Yeah.
But it's that tiger guy with the
yeah.
other three, right?
Yeah.
Ragdoll.
They're the
They're the
Fantastic Feline Four.
They're pussycats.
Yeah, the wild, yeah.
Wild Pussycats.
And we saw two of them last time, Pixie Bob and
Bob and-
Mandalay, but
Yeah.
now we get Ragdoll and Tiger.
Yeah.
And Tiger's just this big dude.
Big old dude
Yep.
who lets you cross dress.
Yes.
Yeah.
much
He gets
so.
into it. And then Ragdoll, she says that her power is to search, so she can scan even up to 100 people in a crowd or something, and
Yeah.
just pick out what their weaknesses are. That's pretty good.
Like learn where they are, what their weaknesses are. She can learn basically everything about you.
But it's
Yep.
guessing.
Is it guessing? I mean, it's a power.
Yeah, it seems
It's
like
a power where
it's like
they're
a premonition.
Yeah, but I feel like she has to be guessing at some point. But
It could be
guessing
like,
in the way that Sherlock Holmes would do it. You know what I'm saying? Where he's like, he can look and just size up everything.
That's the power of deduction.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But she said hers is the power of search. So
It's
maybe
like
her
the
power
scanning,
of search
when you
scans their
yeah,
mind.
like when you scan monsters when you're
Yeah.
fighting. I mean,
Yeah.
and it tells you their
Yeah.
abilities. That's what it kind of reminds me of.
That's
Yep.
what she's doing.
Because I don't know that we really see any of that.
Because she
in any
says
of
that
this.
she can figure out their strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah, so that's like scanning monsters
Yeah.
when you're fighting them in RPGs.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's very different
She's
than I thought.
basically living a video game.
Yeah.
That is pretty
That
cool.
is
She's
Rad.
like the scan magic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that should have come into play more.
I feel like it should.
Well, it
Anyway.
should have.
should have. Yeah, should have.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, it should have.
at least it should. Anyway,
yeah.
even Tiger's really beating up on Deku at one point, just making him feel bad,
Right.
punching him around. And so after a day of just wearing themselves out,
Yep.
then they have to make their own food. They
Yep.
make their own curry.
Yep.
And Ida, of course, is over there like a big nerd, just telling everyone why they
yeah.
have to do this and why it's
Yep,
beneficial
the
for the
delegator.
hero.
Yep. And then you even hear some guys saying, "Oh, this food's awful, but I don't even care. I'm going to eat it all."
Yeah, I think that's got to be Kirishima.
It was
Yeah, it was.
Hiroshima.
It was.
Yeah, it was.
yeah.
He's like, "Oh, it's awful, but it's all we're going to eat everything. Oh, I'm so tired."
And Deku even takes Sama out to
Kota.
Kota because he finds his secret hideout. He
Yeah.
follows his footsteps. That's pretty
Yeah.
good. And
Yeah,
Kota's
power of deduction.
all that muttering.
offers a lot. Yeah, it was. He even mentions at one point.
Yeah.
Remember, he apologizes to Kota and says, "I'm sorry. I tend to
Mutter.
but he doesn't say mutter.
Yeah,
He,
he
says,
says,
I tend to ramble a lot.
you think you
Yeah,
do? You think you do?
Do you now?
So yeah, he calls out that were your parents the water hose
Yeah.
heroes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Deku puts it together from the story from last time, right?
Yeah.
About how it was a couple that were killed in the line of duty. The problem, I guess, is Kota sees that as just showing off. Like they're showing off and showing off their powers, and it got them killed. Whereas if they just been normal
Well, yeah.
people,
Well,
normal quote unquote people, and just not done, showed off their powers, just lived a normal life, they'd still be alive.
Yeah,
with
it's
him.
that doing the hero business is what got his parents killed.
Yeah.
So
but he
he-
says
he-
showing off and that kind of
Yeah.
stuff because he just thinks that quirks. Of course, we find out he does have one, but
People shouldn't want to have quirks.
I think he probably sees them as a curse because if he thinks that being a hero is what got his parents killed, then the quirk is what caused him to be a hero. So that's like a curse.
Right.
Yeah, but he hates the whole society as a whole.
Yeah,
because,
he hates quirk society. Period.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
see
have
that.
heroes
real.
and villains and
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's always just there in the background, kind of
sulking
angry.
Yeah, just
angry.
jump
And
punching.
angry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have a moment where Deku explains, hey, I had a friend.
I love that. Asking for a friend.
Asking for a friend.
Yeah, one of those.
That was a good.
But I
that was
actually
a good
understand.
moment.
I
It was
actually
really good
understand
how
why he had to say it.
He pertained it to him like, hey, listen,
Yeah.
He tried,
Yeah.
but he always likes to meddle.
Even Todoroki says.
called him out.
Yes, and said, "Dude, maybe you
Dude,
gotta chill."
You need to chill out. You keep meddling with
because
people.
clearly he did the same to him. So.
Right.
Yeah, but it was in a
Maybe
good
just
way
kind of
for
show
him.
the flashback on that.
And
And
he's
then,
like, I'm sorry.
yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Meantime, you have the villains out there sulking around with reconnaissance, I guess. What are they doing?
Yeah,
They're kinda watching-
scoping. They're kind of scoping the area.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
it's Dobby. It's a bunch of them.
Dobby
yeah.
and 7 of them.
So Dobby,
Toga was there already.
Toga, Mustard, Magne, Moonfish, Muscular, Spinner, and then there's like 3 more supposed to show up, right?
Yeah, there's
And
supposed
I
to have
guess-
10 of them.
Toga's complaining about her mask.
Yeah, and like they want to hurry up, but he's like, "Dude, we gotta wait
He's
till
like,
everybody's
we gotta chill.
here."
We gotta chill. And that's
Yeah.
the first night that they're cooking that happens.
Yes.
Yeah, and they bring it up that how the USJ thing didn't work out because they just sent in random thugs.
Yeah.
But now,
But now
you
they
just
have
a
like actual
small
assassin
group of elite
Yeah,
people.
assassin
yeah.
group.
What do they call it?
They're called the Forward.
the Vanguard.
Yeah.
Yes.
Vanguard Action Squad.
Yeah.
but
Vanguard
the
Action
villain-
Squad, that's what it
villains.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the thing is, and what you were saying earlier is
yeah.
like, why is it that they're out there and these,
Nobody has like any kind of defense. As much as they said, "Oh, we're bringing kids somewhere," clearly they got into USJ before the whole fight before.
Yeah.
they got leads somewhere from someone inside.
Yeah.
So why would you still not have any alert? Oh, there might be some villains might be coming to attack us, even though we're taking them to a remote location.
And
That
so
I
the
don't
only
get.
rebuttal to that is
Yes.
that Deku goes up to Aizawa
Yeah.
and says, "Hey,
Is All Might.
Izama is like, hey, but is All Might coming? Because I wanted to ask him because I want to get his opinion on."
On the
the
Kota
whole
guy.
Kota,
Kota thing.
situation.
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, he's not coming out here because he was the target for the League of Villains. So we don't want to bring him out here because that's going to bring the villains here.
Yeah.
So we're keeping him away." In the assumption that that's going to keep them focused on
Which
him.
is kind of still stupid to me because Deku was also confronted by Shigaraki at the end of last season. So how would they not think that some of these kids are now interests? It's just interesting to me because if he was the one that had a face-to-face with him before, it still doesn't make sense.
But he wouldn't be a person of interest because in that conversation with him, Shigaraki was the one that pointed out, okay, All Might is my target.
I know, but it's just interesting that just from past history, as much as they want to say that All Might is the target, why would you still at least not have a couple things out in terms of defense? That just seems a little too...
They already know that the traitor or whatever from the USJ thing was not necessarily against All Might. It was against the US.
Yeah.
So you would think that, I don't know.
And I don't know, and you saw some of these kids fight, so maybe sometimes you might be like,
who's making this decision?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is it Eraserhead?
We don't know.
I think it was the principal's decision.
And then Eraserhead just went along with it?
Well, yeah.
It seems like he buys into it.
He does.
Yeah.
Is it because he thinks he's good enough? Well, he should know. Because he was there the last time. He got wrecked.
He did get wrecked by Shigaraki.
But
so
remember,
why wouldn't he want more people out there? That makes no sense.
At the very least, he was saying that the heroes that were in the limelight are the ones that have been the targets. And so they're taking heroes with them that are not in the limelight, which is why then Pixie Bob pops up and says, that's why you have us here. We're here to fill in that gap.
Yeah, but they're not
filling in anything.
Yeah.
Well, they get surprised also.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just interesting because
you would think they have some sort of alert system.
Even at least a little bit, because why then are you taking these kids to this really super remote location then?
Right.
The kids should just be training wherever the hell they need to.
We talk about 40 kids.
Yeah.
But as far as heroes, there's the like 4 of the Pussycats.
And the two
other professors.
Teachers.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's
6 of them.
Yeah, versus 10, pretty good. Most of these villains are pretty good.
Yeah.
Granted, Eraserhead on his own, if he's in his element, would probably take the match out.
He had a hard time last time.
He wasn't in his element. Remember, he's all about...
Yeah, but he's also still, messed up from last time.
Right. Mm-hmm. But in the forest, he could hide in the forest and just be like, sneak up, assassin style. Because that's his forte. I
just had a thought, and you can shoot it down right away and tell me I'm wrong. But, so we covered it last time, or a couple times ago. Mm-hmm. Shigaraki didn't get his hands all the way around Eraserhead's hand, because he could have, obliterated it if he had it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Eraserhead was fine with everything that happened here. Do you think that he's part of the problem? Just because we all like him and believe him. Do you know what I'm saying?
Like that he's the traitor?
Yeah.
No, because they
prove me wrong. That's why I'm saying prove me wrong.
Yeah, they tried to murder him. But
they didn't, and
only because
if they make
others intervened.
But making it look like
he was practically dead.
All Might
was the only reason he survived.
Yeah,
you think so?
Yeah,
literally.
In that fight,
yeah.
Because if they made it look like he. They leave him for dead, but they didn't kill him. Then...
He was on his deathbed. They took him out.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for...
I don't want to believe that he's the traitor, but I feel like this was very poorly thought out. When it goes down, they almost have no defense.
Yeah. That's why it's kind of... This was a little way too far one-sided for me.
It's almost like... It could be... Okay, so then taking a step back and thinking deep into it more... It could be that whoever suggested, hey, let's put them out in this remote location was the traitor that planted the seed.
Of course.
And then got everyone to agree to it.
Yeah. Yes.
That way,
then they go
they
anyway.
already knew where they'd have to go to.
But then we don't know whose idea that was. It could have been the principal's.
Well, we don't know.
Well, we all know the principal's crazy.
Yeah, but we don't know. We went over this.
But we don't know,
Yeah, we don't know, so at this point. But
it's
just not even having any kind of perimeter defense. That's just really stupid. That's what I just...
Or at least someone out there watching out. There's so many heroes.
Yeah.
Just somebody.
Yeah. And these are pro heroes, so how would you not feel a sense that something's amiss at all?
Right.
That's why I don't get it. But
anyway,
even when they see the smoke, they're like, weird smoke. What's that?
And I'm not saying that it's I'm not saying that it's a problem with the actual show or the storyline.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's a problem with the way the UA is doing things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it could be that they had B-rate heroes there.
Yeah, but that's what happened the last time.
True.
Yeah.
Coincidence?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Something doesn't... don't smell right.
I mean, it's like, this is your second time now this is happening. It's like, really?
Yeah, exactly.
Do this again?
Well, and we see the fallout, but that's later on. We won't get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there when we get there.
I mean, we know what the end game is to this in the next episode.
Right. Well, yeah.
Right.
But we still have to talk about the scare game.
Yes.
Right.
So the scare game is basically
You mean the
what?
test of courage.
Test of courage.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. But it's pretty great.
So, yeah, it's all about just scaring the crap out of somebody.
I kind of want to play.
Class B was the scarers first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And basically what they would do is send 2 people at a time, like
Yep.
little groups,
In teams.
except for Deku.
Yeah. How messed up is that? Everyone's paired up except for Deku.
And
He's by himself.
Oh,
And
it
he's
was
like,
just-
oh,
it was a
God,
random.
What? Oh, no, why no one wants to be my friend?
Yeah, but it was random, so they're
Yeah.
like, I'm sorry, it's just random. It wasn't like no one picked you. It was
Yeah.
like it just happened.
Yep.
But he goes off and to talk to Kota anyway.
Yeah, he
right?
ends up taking off.
Yep.
Well, actually, no, he doesn't take off yet because he doesn't take off until the attack happens.
Yep.
That's true.
The episode ends when he's like, "Oh, where's Kota?"
Yep. With
Because-
the smoke.
Because basically, yeah, they're going out there,
Yep.
scaring is happening. There's a really funny moment with one of those Class 1B girls,
Yep.
and like comes up out of the ground and freaks out Bakugo.
Oh,
Yeah.
like the ring, like the girl from the ring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty good.
Yep.
But but then, yeah, all of a sudden there's like smoke.
And they're falling
people are passing
asleep.
out.
People are passing out from the mustard gas stuff. Mustard's gas. I don't know if it's mustard gas per se, but
Right.
And then there's fire because Dobby's setting a fire.
Yep.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden there's an attack.
Yeah.
and it's
Yep.
Magne. She has that is it a metal stick or something?
It's got to be something that
Yeah.
Kind of
that-
staff or something because
The
she can
big old-
magnetize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She can control people through magnetism,
Yep.
right? And pull them. And that's what happens. She
Right.
pulls Pixie Bomb
Yep.
right out of the mix.
Right.
Yeah.
And everyone's freaked out.
Yep.
And then kind of just has her foot on her head,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Ready to crush
It's like,
it.
what's your
About
next
to kill her.
move?
Yep.
Spinner's there too, with his huge
Weird
knife sword
Ginsu
thing.
knife sword.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. In
and
his,
then
in
they're
his
freaked
stain
out.
outfit.
Yeah. And then that's kind of how it ends, right?
Yeah.
Does Mandalay get the call out, or is that next time?
No, it's next time.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because you see.
You just end basically Deku saying what happened to Kota. Oh,
Yeah,
geez.
because they see the smoke,
and then you
they see the fire.
shadowy figure behind Kota where he's looking.
Right.
Yeah, you see him
Yeah, we
staring
don't
at the
know
shadowy
who it is.
figure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
that's
know,
right.
and that's how it cuts out.
That's how it
yeah,
cuts out,
which
that's
is
right,
pretty
that's
good.
right.
Pretty good cliffhanger.
Yeah.
It is a cliffhanger.
So it really goes from the fake scares to real scares pretty quickly there with that scare game, right?
Yeah.
And do you think that was? I mean, it's just coincidence, of course. I don't think that the villains could have known they were doing that, but it's kind of funny that they're out there, kind of separated from each other.
Oh, I think that was their best opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They probably
So-
waited until
Yeah.
they
Because
noticed
they're
that everyone was going
already
into the
freaking
forest
out.
in
They're
pairs.
always screaming and who knows what. So
Yeah.
for other chaos to happen,
They might
and
think
then
that,
it be,
it's just people
it's
scaring
just
each
part
other.
of the
Yeah.
game
Right,
still.
yeah.
And so
When it's a
a
little
great,
too late.
It was really everything was in the villains. Everything.
It worked into
Yeah.
if they had
That's
pre-planned
why I'm
it,
saying
that would
this
have
is
worked out to a
like
plan.
into the palm of their
Some
hand.
kind of
Yeah.
premeditated thing because they were waiting for the right time, and this was a good time.
Yep.
When all the people are separated, Eraserhead's back in the bunker, school,
At the school.
classroom thing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
It was
because
it was classroom time.
You didn't show him where they went yet, but he had pulled those.
Yeah, he's
5
pulling them back there.
towards the fort, back somewhere else. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So everyone's kind of separated from each other. It's like one of those games where you wait until they're all in different places and then you pick them off one by one.
Yep.
You know, it's pretty crazy like that. Also, revelry in the dark.
Yeah.
Why does he
Yeah.
keep saying that?
He loves it.
even know.
I don't know. He just
It's-
loves it.
Oh my gosh!
It's
But
like
it's
his
pretty
element.
good. Yeah, how he was training with Dark
Oh,
Shadow
yeah.
in the cave.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
the cave. Yep.
because that's where Dark Shadow would be most
Yep.
powerful, right?
Yep.
So let's talk about some of the different things that it had to do. Bakugo has his a barrel full of boiling water, so he has to submerge his hands in that, which would basically work on his sweat glands, pump those up, and then just chain explosive.
Yep.
Just explode, and then go back to more
Yep.
sweating and building up the nitroglycerin stuff, right?
Yep.
So we got that going on, whereas Todoroki is out there. He's in a lake or something, right?
No, he's standing on in a barrel of water.
Yeah, but isn't he pushing because he's freezing the lake and then he's unfreezing the lake? He's freezing like then unfreezing.
Are you sure? I thought
Isn't
I thought he was just on standard ground, but he was freezing the ground and then melting it, and he was doing it, but keeping the water that he was on equal temperature. So he was making sure
so it won't freeze around
it didn't freeze or overheat.
Burn.
So he was focusing on keeping that water at that level.
Okay.
But at the same time of doing extremes to the point to where it was pushing his body to where eventually he could use both powers at the same time.
Yeah, that's what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Sarah is out there constantly just making tape.
That must feel very uncomfortable.
Right?
Yeah. Well, I think they have a lot of people doing that kind of stuff.
You have Sue climbing a mountain with her tongue and body to build her muscles.
Yeah. Kirishima and Ojiro are basically kind of sparring.
Yeah.
Because the tail is hitting his hard skin, which is basically toughening both.
Yep.
Kaminari's linked up to a battery.
Right? To take on more
so you can take on more volts.
That's so good. Kota's doing Kota. Yeah.
Vocal exercises.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Oyama's just doing the constant navel blast.
Laser.
Yeah. Look at him. Oh, my belly.
With and you see the porta potty right there.
Right there.
So he can get sick and then he goes back to
throw
it.
up in there.
Yeah. Uraka is like getting her ear canals used to
So
zero
she's,
gravity.
Flipping herself up and
But she just looks like
she's
sick
about to
her.
throw up too.
Yeah, they are. And then Ida's running around. Sue's climbing, like you said. Sato is lifting weights and eating cake.
Yes.
See,
those are my favorite.
But then Momo is just eating stuff
she's
and
like
then
eating
making
bonbons or something.
Yeah, she's eating bonbons while creating little
That is what I want to do. That is what I want to do.
Yeah, but then she's just like, she talks about later how she has to eat a lot for her quirk. And then,
right? The more I eat,
was that Kaminari?
Kaminari's like, oh, it's just like pooping.
And they're like,
oh, you idiot!
Yeah, except at least your poop can make like $1 million if you want to make like a golden ring.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, you're basically a cash register.
There,
okay,
dude.
I can approve that.
Dude.
But I don't think she can use it like that, right?
No,
she
not
has
for
rules.
the economy.
Yeah,
She has rules. She's
Yeah,
I think,
but
the
no one ever
workout
said
that I
you
thought
can't.
was kind of dumb was Jiro's, where she was poking her ear jacks into a stone wall to like sharpen the jacks or something like that.
well, because you know how she can plug into things. So
Yeah.
she's doing it against really hard, like granite or whatever, because she needs to be able to poke into everything, I guess.
I guess. I thought it was weird.
And then
Pinky's acid.
Pinky's doing a constant
Yeah.
acid, and then Mineta's just constant
Pulling on his
grapes,
grapes.
just grapes.
Pulling off the grapes.
And then Shoji is making his little duple arms and trying to find Hagakure,
Yep.
who's like stealth invisibility.
Super stealth girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like a lot of it's
Then what about Deku's? Like, he's doing this weird aerobic workout.
Yeah.
it is true.
Punch
It
me.
is true.
It's like he's Taiboing it the whole time.
He basically
Like,
is.
He basically is.
is. He's just working out still,
Yep.
and every now and then using his power.
Because he's got a power quirk, so he's got to work that out.
It's funny to see.
Well,
him
he's
doing
got to
that.
work out his body so it could handle more power. And that's what it is. He's just got to toughen up. Because he's still a little guy. Bakugo. So good with that knife. When he's like, chop, 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 chop.
Oh, yeah.
Wow,
And
man, you're
Uraka's
really
like,
good at that. What the hell is that supposed to be?
Yeah, exactly. Why are you, you guys suck so much? Yeah. He's got a good point. Tell me if this is a thing. Like, when we're talking about Bakugo, and I talk about him, but
Yeah.
I was thinking about this. Have you ever played Devil May Cry?
Yeah,
Okay.
of course.
So, in my head, I think he grows up to be Nero.
I can see that.
Where he's...
I can see him being Nero.
He's not as angry, but he's still really all about himself.
Pretty angry and about himself.
Pretty cynical.
Yeah.
Always had it's kind of a snarky thing to say. And is just really good at his job. You know what I'm talking about? They kind of look like each other. He kind of looks like how Bakugo would look grown up.
I can see that.
You know? I put that together the other day because I really like Devil May Cry.
It was a good game.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I did.
I
did. The storyline was super, super funny.
That's all I need.
That's all action and funniness. It's perfect.
Yeah. It has that over the top.
Very over the
just
top.
Ridiculousness. Anyway, so I guess that's basically everything.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about Magna, right?
Yeah.
So Magna's quirk allows her to magnetize people around her within 4.5 meter radius.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty big.
She can magnetize a person's entire body or specific portions.
Yeah.
Oh.
Men are polarized south. Women are polarized north.
Huh.
Despite the effectiveness of her quirk, Magna cannot magnetize herself.
Oh, that makes sense.
Okay.
And we see this happen. She kind of starts the attack. Well, the full-on frontal attack when they go after the pussycats, right?
Yes.
Because she pulls Pixie
She
Bob
pulls Pixie
just
Bob
like right
just
out of
smack.
That's pretty brutal already. Like her whole helmet, she's bleeding on the head. And
that's another thing. I'm like, really? They just not did see that coming. I guess. I guess.
And I mean, she's the one that could have been the best defensive person for
right, because we saw her with the earth flow quirk that she has, where she can just make things. She blew that whole cliff up to knock all those people off the cliff into the forest.
Yeah.
So that's why I still don't get how they don't. I can't.
Why can't she just use her quirk right there?
Yeah, why can't she sense anything?
Out.
Yeah, she was passed out.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. They took her
took
out.
A magnet to the head.
Well, that is smart to get rid of because Mandalay
and that might have been part of their whole watching them.
Telepathy
was.
I'm sure they figured out who was there so they could look up these heroes and see.
They did have a list because they talk about this list.
That's right, because they look at the list.
You're on the list. You're on the list.
You're on the list. You're on the list. That's
so they know what's going on. And we'll talk more about the list next time.
Yeah.
Oh, power levels. What do you
got?
So
power levels are not anything special. Power is rated B. Speed's rated C. Technique A, which you can totally see that in how she uses her power.
Yeah.
Intelligence is D, and cooperativeness is C. So, I mean...
Yeah.
It's weird, though, because she's very much a follower of Shigaraki. Shigaraki tells her what to do, she does it. So, I feel like the cooperativeness could be more of a
there are definitely...
B-rated.
Other people that are like more Stain followers,
and
they're just along for the ride. I don't know. Definitely like a rogues gallery here of different people
for sure.
Yeah, and so they all come from their different backgrounds and have different reasons maybe for why they're doing this. Maybe just most of them just cause chaos, stir up trouble.
It works.
Knock out some heroes and stuff. Yeah, it definitely works. Especially when there's so many of them. It's almost overwhelming. This attack really overwhelms everything pretty quick.
And part of it's because they just get let loose.
Well, they know, and they probably planned for everything, and so when it happens, they've already knocked out whatever defensive there were, and then just slowly take out everything because they have a plan. We'll get more into that plan next time.
Yeah, we learn more.
I'll bring up this. Her name contains the kanji for pull, stone, strong, and magnetism.
Well, that's their whole entire weapon.
That's the entire
I love how the names always coincide
with their quirk.
Yeah, something like that. That's kind of cool. Well, thanks for listening, guys. We'll be back with more. Yeah, this fight's only getting started. So next time we'll be here. It's called My Hero.
Yes.
Anyway, until then, our watch has ended. I've been Tim.
I've been Evan.
And I've been Joelle.
All right, take care.
Fictional characters. Am I getting through to you at all?